I am a man who owns 143 Aya.
So yeah, I did that video last year and it's old. I can't watch it anymore and neither should you. So I'm making this updated version for you. Now we are going to be talking about all kinds of stuff with Aya, but today we're just going to talk about the most effective way to farm it. Not if you should sell it or trade it, rich relics you should crack, sell some, buy others. We're going to cover all of it, I promise, especially which ones are going to be the most valuable. But today I just need to show you guys how you can get the most amount of Aya the fastest. Otherwise, what's the point? So, these are all the ways in game in which you can make Aya. And that includes the bounties on the Plains of Eidolon, the Orvalis, and the Cambion Drift, as well as the Void missions. Now, I'm just gonna say right away, please you guys, don't do the missions in the Void. The best one is Uko capture, and even if you can do it in 1 minute, which I know that the average player can't, you're still only got to be making 4.8 Aya an hour. Painfully slow. And even if you look at the worst one, which is the mobile defense, which has one of the worst rates, which takes a really long time in the Void, you get 0.0 Aya an hour. That is terrible. That means that the best mission in the Orvalis is gonna give you 2000% more yield than this mission. More than that actually, almost 3000. Anyways, Deimos. This one has alright drop chances. It's really awesome because brute force is very consistent. You can almost always enter this one if you do it from the Cambion Drift. I'll show you how you can do this in a later video, if you don't already know. As well, salvage. If brute force is not available, salvage has always been available. I never experienced that they both were unavailable. And if you absolutely do want to farm Deimos, but those are not up at that immediate time, you can always just do a normal anomaly retrieval. I think it's just called a normal retrieval actually, my bad. Anyways, by the way, this entire spreadsheet with all of these bounties, it's going to be available in the description below. So, Cetus. Cetus is slightly more complicated. It says with pull, this is using at least 2 Loki, but preferably 3, to teleport switch with the drone towards its target, as this is by far the longest mission that will appear, I mean in terms of the bounties. So being able to more or less skip this really brings up the average speed that you can complete it in. As you'll see, it is generally speaking slower than some other missions, but it also has a slightly higher yield. With pull to a coordinated team, which can be kind of tough to come by sometimes, you'll be able to make 15.5 Aya per hour. It's pretty good. Then again, it drops quite drastically already down here at Search and Rescue. Then we have Fortuna with the absolute best Aya making mission, which is Distract and Divert. Unfortunately, you should never start a mission from the Orvalis, because then you'd have to do a defense mission, unless it's the one that's already in rotation in Fortuna. So basically, because you can only, you should only pick the mission at with the highest levels, because otherwise you're gonna lose a lot of drop rate. So you can see this one has a really high drop rate for Aya, and as one of the missions at least can be done very quickly, you should spam that whenever it's available for an hourly reward of almost 20 Aya per hour. I think it's close enough. Maybe you guys can eke out that those seconds that's required. Anyways, network collapse and operational intelligence are the ones which I think is worth running. Picket duty is very annoying, and Scorched Earth as well, and then from there it just drops. Now we also need to talk about the extended Aya sheet, which is a sheet that I did way later. Now I want to start over here at Fortuna. So yeah, sorry about I didn't get to correct this one, at least not on the version that's up on the what's it called, Google sheet, right? It's closer to 5 minutes and 25 seconds. But anyways, as you can see here, you will be making very close to 7,000 not platinum, I wish, 7,000 endo and a little bit of Kuga, but who cares. Moving on to Cetus. Cetus has you earn much less endo, unfortunately, and less kuva. So, I mean, if you have the top 3 missions available from Fortuna, then you would always run those before you would run Cetus. So Cetus is more like a contingency plan. But again, it's easier to find missions in there, and I'll talk about why in a different video. I don't want this one to be too crowded. Now, Deimos is a very interesting case because, as you'll see here, yes, the completion time is a bit longer, but we will also be making almost 9,000 endo, which is nice, kuva, which doesn't matter, a few ember stars, and then mother tokens. Now you're sitting there, I promise you, you're sitting there right now thinking to yourself, why mother tokens? Well, the what's it called? The Night of Neberos event is almost upon us, and once it is, you will be able to buy valuable items such as, I don't know, Exceltra, Asmo blueprints, which you could then stockpile until after the event ends and then sell them at a higher price. I want to say that you can very easily make 150 platinum per hour doing this as an additional reward just through the mother tokens, simply by waiting until the Night of Neberos event returns, buying a crap ton of stock, and then kicking back and laughing while you play the market, and you get rich because everyone else desperately wanted that 2 extra aya, so they went to Cetus instead. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and you know, if you could subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. I really would. Trying to get to 500, and you know, I would appreciate it, even if you turn off all notifications. Okay, anyways, the last one was a joke. Don't do that. I'll see you in the next one.